technological paranoia. So I did an animation about social media, and it kind of highlights the points. Right now, I don't really use social media. It's pretty funny because I manage social media for a fairly large company, but it's kind of different. It's kind of not, but like it's like I don't use Facebook. That sounds so dumb. I don't have a personal Facebook account. I do, but I don't use it at all, and I just use Facebook for work. And a lot of people are like, oh, for work. No, I actually use it for work. Like my job is social media. I manage social media. So I create content and I post it up as a business. So I'm not really a consumer. I'm like a prosumer. Is that what it's called? I don't think it's called prosumer. I think it's called, there's a consumer and then there's someone who gives the producer. I'm a producer. Like, for example, if you're doing YouTube and I did YouTube, I'm making animations. I'm a producer. I'm produce animations for consumers to watch it. So yeah. So I think social media, it makes every like the world a glass ball, as Shay Carl, from Shaytards used to say. I don't know if you watched that. But it's like everybody, like privacy is kind of dying, in a way. Yeah. So I think it also amplifies us. It gives everyone a microphone. Like right now, I have a microphone. Like I'm probably gonna put this on YouTube. I don't know who's gonna watch it. So it gives everyone a voice. And I guess you feel like you're being heard, like in Instagram and stuff, like you get the likes and shit, and it's like dopamine release, and you feel like people are actually listening, when in reality, everyone's just screaming and no one's really listening to you. And I think that's why there's a lot of depression, anxiety, loneliness, because of social media. And again, I don't mean to, bash social media. There's probably a lot of good things about social media, but I'm just gonna talk about the bad, because I'm a pessimist now, but yeah, it just is what it is. I'm not trying to just say one-sided, like it's so bad. Like I know there's a lot of good side. I'm just not going to talk about it. Another thing is like our brain is being offset to technology. So remember when you used to have to remember people's phone number? Now you don't have to do that. It's on your phone. So your brain is just, it's just like you're living two lives. Like this is my second brain right here. My third brain is the cloud. But yeah, so there's that. And I guess it raises the question where it's like, is it really you, or is it just the computer thing? Because here's a good question. It's like, I don't think anyone remembers people's birthday anymore. Like it's just on Facebook where like you have that notification where it's like, it's this guy's birthday. Then you wish the guy happy birthday, and the guy's like, oh, this guy remembered, but really Facebook remembered for you. And that's another thing that links to the next point, which is like, and I'm using Facebook as an example, but it's like who owns you? Like, that like meme, or like that picture, that depressing picture by Steve Cutt, like the smartphone is walking you, or you're trapped in that phone like a jail cell. Like your technology is controlling you, you're not controlling the technology. Example would be like, most people wake up and they check their Facebook or they scroll their Instagram feed, and it's like, did you really do that? Or subconsciously did Facebook tell you when to check Facebook? Like, did you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, I want to check Facebook? Or did Facebook say, like, because of Pavlov's theory of the dog, where like if you ring the bell enough, it starts to salivate? Like you learn, there's a word, I think it's operant conditioning, but we learn through like repetition. It's like you just do it day in, day out, and eventually it's honestly, Facebook probably controls your time. And again, I used to think like Facebook is so evil, like I hate it and all this shit, but like it's just a business and it's smart, it's leveraging people's time, and can't blame them, like I'm not blaming them, like good on them. Like, and it's huge because my job right now, it's like we pay Facebook to advertise for us because it has so much information. And it's quite ironic because Facebook is like, I think I did another podcast about this, and I'll link it. So I'll link the social media one down, but I think I said like Facebook was like a user generated content, where it's like, if there was no one on Facebook, Facebook would die because there's no content. Like Facebook's content is from us. We sell it to them, we give it to them, and they sell our information back to us. And again, back then the internet was new and we really didn't know where it was going. It could have failed or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of irrelevant content out there. So stuff like Kim Kardashian, Tai Lopez talks about, it's like, why do you need to know about Kim Kardashian? She's just a celebrity, she's mainstream, but how does that help you as a person to develop yourself? It doesn't really do anything, it's just irrelevant information. Or like, you see from the media where like you go on TV and it's like people are dying. Like you wake up and it's like, it's trying to give you like a fear state. It's trying to put you in a fear state. It's trying to put you in low vibration energy, and I'll talk about that later. But it's just like, what's the point? Why open the news when it's just gonna make you feel like shit? Like you open it, it's like 7 people died in Uganda. It's like, you know, it's reality, but at the same time, you don't have to focus on it, you know. Instead, pick up a book, read it, read something that brings you up, that builds you as a better person, rather than going on like Facebook and seeing really, like, it's irrelevant, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's memes and stuff which give you positive emotion and laughter, but even that, it's just like, it's kind of cheap form, and it's kind of like very low, and, you know. So there's that. And then there's information overload, but there's just so much information out there that eventually the information, it kind of gets squished down, and it kind of gets clickbaity. And again, I'm not saying clickbait is wrong, because there's just so much stuff out there. You have to grab people's attention, but it's like the stuff that they talk about, like, for example, BuzzFeed, and I don't mean to rip on BuzzFeed, but it's like they just dumb it down, like 7 ways to pick up a girl, and it just like has 7 dot points, when you can go really in depth. And another thing, maybe the 7 dot point is correct on how to actually pick up a girl, but you don't know why. And I think it's important to know why. Like, if you're given all the answers but you don't know why, you'll still be dumb. And I think this goes back to being rich, where it's like, if you're not financially illiterate, and Dan Lok talks about this in his book FU Money, and I'm kind of, you know, skipping my point all the way to the money topic, but just real quick, if you're really dumb with money and stuff, even if you're a millionaire, you're most likely going to be broke again, because you're dumb with money, you know. So I don't know how that links back, but yeah. Another thing with technology is Minsky's idea of telepresence, where it's like, if you're sitting there at the table, dinner table, and you take out your phone, or like right now, if I do this and I'm just talking to you, but I'm looking at my phone, you feel like, you know, I'm not paying attention to you, you know. So it's like I'm in 2 places at once. I'm in this virtual reality, but I'm also here in the physical. So there's that. Yeah, that's another thing. I think this is a bias that Tai Lopez also talks about, is like society, they like to put famous people, like for example Dwayne The Johnson, we love him and stuff. He's so cool, he's amazing, and he's amazing. I haven't met him in person, but you don't really talk about like his history, like his 7 years or 17 years of hustle. You just see the end goal. And I think Gary Vee talks about this, where it's like, he's successful now, but, you know, honestly, 17 years ago, nobody gave a fuck who he was. Like, he was a loser. Not a loser, but he was probably just like you and I. Like, he's just a normal person, like, whatever. But now, you know, he worked really hard. Like, the behind the scenes is pretty much what I'm trying to say. The highlight reels. And one thing that I found with social media is like, that really gave me a lot of anxiety, especially at work and stuff. It's like, people are very incongruent. And I get it, you know, when we post social media, we post the best version of ourselves. But then you see them in real life, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's like you have multiple personality disorder in a way. It's like, on the camera, you're so fun and energetic and like happy and stuff, but in real life, you're just a normal person. It's just like, what the fuck? I guess we all wear social masks, I understand that, but it's just, it creeps me out and stuff.